Well, to be honest, I was attracted by the 5%. I can't remember how we got in touch with Green Pastures, whether it was the 5% or the social support that did it, but certainly the fact that the money is actually going to a good purpose and is actually going to help people is a real encouragement. I do see the investment will make a difference, and because we're providing housing for people who otherwise either couldn't afford it or wouldn't have a chance of actually getting a decent settled accommodation. And that can make a real difference in someone's lives. In fact, as has been pointed out, it actually saves lives because some people are in risk of suicide because they lose hope. It's not a secured investment, so they need to bear that in mind. But I was trying to imagine situations in which it might go wrong, and it's quite difficult to come up with something that isn't so cataclysmic that the last thing you'll be worried about would be your money in the bank. To me, it seems a good investment. It's doing good, and that is why I would encourage people to go ahead. Well, you get very encouraging feedback as to what's going on, where the money is being used, and we hear reports of sometimes from actual people who've benefited. And it's really good news to hear that someone's been able to turn their life around because of the support that we've been able to give them. Well, I think the church possibly could end homelessness. I'm a bit mindful of the saying, you always have the poor with you, but there's no reason why we shouldn't go all out and try it. And if enough people put enough money in the right places, there's going to be a big difference. Well, the challenges facing the church are to get people behind this kind of initiative. And the churches are doing all sorts of things to help homeless people, but coordinating it is a challenge, and to make a real difference. I think that would perhaps be something that needs to be looked at. But there's so much being done, and of course the people who are working themselves really hard to tackle this problem need support from the churches. Even if we aren't able to actually do stuff ourselves, we can at least support people who are. I don't really see a catch, no. I mentioned it's an unsecured investment, but as I said before, what would have to go wrong would be so extraordinary that that wouldn't be the main problem in our lives. We're investing in houses, and one house may fall down, but they're not all going to fall down. The money's pretty safe as far as I make out. You just wouldn't put your whole life savings into it, but anything that's sitting around doing nothing really ought to go into this kind of investment.